We are at Pimbo Bike Park again, and this time I actually have my chest mount to record everything. This is the first time trying out my new bike at Pimbo Bike Park, so I'm looking forward to seeing how it jumps and hopefully I won't die. Yeah, I went up to put my bike in before the ride, and I met a couple of people from smililingchainlink who were on the way back from being part of the mechanic team at one of the Stockport World Series hosted at Farmer John's. They played around with my bike, and so it was good for him to notice the wire from my front brake was on the front of my front forks, and it was already starting to wear away at my front forks, so it was good for him to unattach my brake and then put it through and to the back, so it wasn't really sticking out the front. So it was nice of them to do that. And also they played around with the front suspension. I think you guys started to comment about the style of the front suspension. I have a wire going up from the front forks to my handlebar so I can adjust suspension travel, but obviously my bike didn't come with one, so it does look a bit weird, but you can manually do it by putting a screwdriver in and moving the cable around, and we played around with that. I think the cable was a bit frayed, so when that snapped we kind of put a new cable on and adjusted it to its full travel. I'm not too fussed about changing the travel. I might as well have it it's max 130. It's not a huge travel anyway. I'm not too fussed about that, but there was something to play around with. After all that, I kind of headed up and played around with a blue trail first. And yeah, it was a bit boring and slippy. It's not rained for a while, so everything's just really loose, but I should really take out some of the air out my tyres for this sort of thing, but had the slight jinxed thing where if it takes some of the air out the tyres, it'll start to rain and flood everywhere, so yeah, after that I played around with a red trail, tried to work on some of the pumps. I keep trying to jump the pump part of the trail, which I shouldn't really, so it's kind of something to work on, and then trying to make some of the tabletop. I did this red one several times before moving on to the other tabletops. I'm a bit slow, so yeah, you go if you want.
Ready to go?
Again. Yeah, I've kind of moved on to these tabletops now. Feeling weird, but I've done that other one quite well-ish, and these shoes are helping. later on, it was really afternoon, and one of the guys bought some new handlebars from SmililingChainlink, of course, and then asked if anyone wanted his old handlebars. They were a bit wide, but they were a better shape than the handlebars I've got, so I threw them on my bike to see how they feel. Yeah, it's a bit different with these new handlebars now. Feel a bit more comfier, and they're probably helped or made a bit more for jumping instead of the specialised ones. They're a bit more they're all from a cross-country bike, so switching the handlebars out might help. So I'll take this slow, see how it feels. Feels like the bike comes on me a bit more. Feels a bit more comfortable to jump. Feels like, yeah, but a bit closer to me, and I feel like I control the front end a bit more. So these feel quite nice actually. Take some time to get used to them.
And he can do it. So I'm confident you can do it. I haven't even seen how you ride, but I know you can ride better than
I feel so much faith.
His name's Tango. Okay, that's how autistic he is. Yeah, I hit him over there, little Tango camp. That's why it's called Tango.
I'll go up to it and see what happens. No. That looks far too big, dude. No. Yeah, after playing around with trying to get used to these new handlebars, yeah, I probably will need to trim them down a bit because they are 180s, and the ones that have come off the bike originally were the 165, I think, and so I probably will benefit from cutting them down, but I'm going to see what they're like for a while first.
You just don't look alive on a bike, mate. You need to use your arms. You've clearly got arms. Some decent ones at that.
I keep seizing up sometimes, most of the time.
What, out of fear?
I don't know. I got a new set of handlebars, so they should help a bit more.
Shit's changed now.
Then after a while, we started to play around on a bit of a pump track we have near the main area. So we played around trying to getting used to pump and the body position and stuff. It doesn't help the fact my legs were fried. You can see I'm not really alive on a bike, but yeah, I've got a lot to learn. Close. My legs are like fried.
First roller, I'm not going to get her but that first roller she was really considerate. And try and not go, I'm saying this, don't overthink this bull. Like that first roller, as you're going up, if you did like 2 big pedals here, 1, 2, got to just about where the dog is, and you're just starting to walk then, aren't you? The feeling thing really. last two, really, you kind of want to be pulling so that you jump.
Yeah.
They're a bit too tight for the speed you've got. So that first one, 1, 2, up, push down. Up, you know what I mean?
Ah, yeah. I'll try.
By nature.
Yeah. But my legs are not doing much.
That first hump, if you can get it on that first hump and kind of go into it and come out of it at the exact same speed, that means you're doing it right. Because you're dragging your whole body weight up and pushing it all down at the top of it. But you will not get it in 1 or 2 laps. But if you spend the next hour on here, and not a religious hour, I mean like do 5 laps, be like,
Yeah.
well, I felt a little bit better. I'll have 5 minutes now.
Really grip. It's starting to feel a bit better actually. It's just those 2 small ones that I'm not getting it done quick enough into it.
And you kind of never will.
All right.
Because they're too tight.
All right. Fair enough.
Your side position's right though when you've done it. Just the more you do it, the more and more difficult.
Yeah, but leaning into it's quite nice. I quite like that one. Yeah.
That initial one though, I was trying to think in my head that if you can get that idea of how you push your bike into a down slope, then you're only having to master the up bit of that single roller. So you can learn that pump down, you learn how to pump up to the top of there, and the down pump is the exact same thing. And single roller, so you really build it, so you can do that again. This will keep you way safer, but it'll give you way better technique for that.
Yeah.
And watching you here, I presume you are literally just pedaling at it, going at it like do or die.
Yeah, in a way, but I'm not jumping up. I think when I first started to do them, I jumped up more and then it was a heavy landing, but I'm trying to lean myself back a bit more so I can go forward a bit more. Yeah.
I'd just be thrilled if you can do like a 4, 5, 6 foot double instead of necessarily sending a 12 foot, 40 foot tape.
Yeah.
Your technique will be a little nicer and more target.
Oh, yeah. I think old Denzel's trying to get me to do the gaff. I'm like, no, I'm no skill for that one. He's just send it. I'm like, no.
You look quite good, that. First person to ever say that. Everyone's like, bag of shit, that.
Lost it. Damn.
You always have pedals.
I need a backwards pedal.
I'm doing a backwards pedal.
Come on, can I please have a go on your bike?
Okay.
Thank you.
Look, there you go. It's exaggerated, but that's what you do. And you stop. You start effectively falling down. There you go. That's all cool. And there's one thing that will teach you pumping properly, and none of them will actually fucking succeed. Take your chain off.
Oh yeah, I think the dude with the beard mentioned he took his chain off his BMX.
Take your chain off. Chain off. You can do it. Look.
Anyway, my camera cut out at this point, and we carried on riding around this track for a bit longer, and then I realised I think it was leading to 6 o'clock, so I've been there since 10:15, played around the bike for a bit, and then ridden most of the day with some breaks, so no wonder if my legs were a bit fried. That was basically the ending of the day. It just goes to show that people in the community are very supportive, and it's great to learn stuff off people, and it just shows how much I've got to learn myself. Just enjoy the journey and keep going on. Practicing on more pump tracks maybe, and just trails in general. I just need to more practice to get out there and get on the bike more, especially with this new one. I can just go out a lot more than wondering why it's fallen to bits, like the old Carrera, of course. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to like, and if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel for more videos similar to this, or even better ones. This is a bit slapped together. If you're interested in mountain biking, martial arts, gym and fitness, weightlifting and stuff, feel free to like and subscribe. See you in the next video, and remember, be unstoppable.
Cold sweat dripping down, feet pounding on the ground, blood rushing to the core, push hard and scream for more.